Have you ever heard a voice, when no one was there, a whisper in the static, a faint hello from the empty air? For some, this is not imagination, it's real communication from the other side. Welcome to the chilling world of EVPs, electronic voice phenomena. Today, we're re-exploring terrifying stories of people who claim to have captured voices from beyond the grave using spirit boxes and recorders. Keep your lights on, because what you're about to hear will send chills down your spine. What is EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, or EVP, refers to mysterious voices or sounds captured on audio devices, voices that aren't heard during the recording, but appear later during playback. These voices often whisper words, respond to questions, or even call people by name. They're said to come from spirits, lost souls, or sometimes something far darker. The modern tool for such communication is the spirit box, a radio device that rapidly scans frequencies. Paranormal investigators believe spirits can manipulate the white noise to form words, giving them a way to communicate with us. The birth of the EVP phenomenon. The story begins in the 1950s. A Swedish filmmaker named Fredrik Jurgensen was recording bird songs in his garden, but when he played the tape back, he didn't just hear birds. He heard a voice, a woman's voice, calling his name. At first he thought it was a mistake, but then the voice said something even stranger. It was his mother, who had passed away years earlier. Jurgensen was stunned. He began experimenting further and claimed to capture hundreds of voices, whispering, singing, even answering questions. His work inspired countless paranormal researchers around the world, leading to decades of EVP investigation. The spirit box revolution. Fast forward to the modern era, investigators no longer rely on tape recorders. They use spirit boxes, digital recorders, and ghost hunting apps that scan frequencies in real time. One of the most popular tools is the SB7 Spirit Box, used on TV shows like Ghost Adventures and Paranormal Lockdown. When used in dark, haunted locations, these devices sometimes produce clear, chilling responses, voices saying names, commands, and even full sentences. Real EVP stories that will haunt you. Story 1. The Cemetery Whisper. A YouTuber named The Haunted Explorer was investigating an abandoned cemetery in Illinois. During the night, he turned on his spirit box and asked, "Is anyone here with me?" For several seconds, there was only static. Then, a faint whisper cut through the noise. "Leave." Startled, he asked again, "Who are you?" The voice responded, clearer this time, "You shouldn't be here." He felt a sudden chill and noticed the temperature drop around him. His flashlight flickered. Moments later, his equipment shut down completely. When he checked his recording later, the voice said one final word: "Run." Story 2. The Haunted Hotel Room. A paranormal team investigated an old hotel in Nevada, rumored to be haunted by a woman who died in room 217. Using a spirit box, they asked, "Can you tell us your name?" For a few seconds, only radio chatter filled the room. Then, a female voice softly replied, "Anna." The team looked at each other in shock. Anna was the name of the woman who supposedly died there. Moments later, one of the investigators asked, "Anna, how did you die?" The spirit box buzzed for a few seconds before the same voice whispered, "He pushed me." Right after that, a loud bang echoed from the bathroom, even though no one was inside. The investigators fled the room and refused to return. Story 3. The Home Investigation Gone Wrong. A woman from Ohio, named Karen, bought a spirit box online after watching ghost hunting videos. Curious, she decided to test it in her own home. She asked, "Is there anyone here with me?" A male voice immediately answered, "Yes." Startled but intrigued, she continued, "What's your name?" The voice said, "You know me." From that night onward, strange things began happening in her house. Footsteps in the hallway, whispers at night, and the feeling of being watched. When she checked the audio recordings, the same voice could be heard whispering her name over and over again. She eventually threw the device away, but the disturbances never stopped. The science and skepticism. Skeptics argue that EVP is nothing supernatural. They say it's simply pareidolia, the human brain's tendency to find patterns in random sounds. In other words, when you hear static, your brain wants to make sense of it, turning random noise into familiar words or phrases. Others believe that radio interference, background noise, or faulty equipment can explain these voices. But here's the problem. Some recordings are so clear and contextual, direct answers to specific questions, that even scientists struggle to explain them. When you hear a voice reply yes to "Are you here?" it's hard not to wonder if something else really is. Famous EVP recordings. Over the years, several EVP recordings have become famous among paranormal enthusiasts. The Roddy voices, captured by researcher Konstantin Roddy V, include hundreds of ghostly phrases in multiple languages. In the 1990s, investigators in the UK claimed to record a spirit saying, "Don't go into the cellar," during a haunted house investigation moments before an accident occurred there. In 2002, a radio technician working in a deserted hospital captured a voice on his tape saying, "Get out," though he was completely alone. These examples continue to fuel belief that EVP might truly be evidence of an afterlife trying to reach us. Should you try it? Many people are tempted to try EVP sessions at home with a recorder or a phone app, but paranormal experts warn, be careful what you invite in. Opening communication, they say, is like opening a door, and you can't always control what steps through that door. Some believe that not all voices belong to human spirits, that darker, manipulative entities may use EVP to pretend to be someone else. So if you ever try it yourself, be sure to protect your energy, and maybe, just maybe, keep the lights on. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, EVP remains one of the most fascinating and terrifying mysteries in the paranormal world. Are these voices proof of an afterlife, or just echoes of our imagination, shaped by fear and static? Until science can explain it, those who've heard the whispers will always wonder, who or what is really on the other side. We're still here.